Family, welcome back to Clean Draws. My name is Darius. I'm doing a video that's slightly different from what I've done before just because, well, you'll see. So a couple months back on my birthday, I was surprised by my boy James, and one of the things he brought me was one of my sketchbooks from high school. I don't know how he got it. I might have left it in his car back in high school. Whatever the case is, he went home and he found this from the year 2000. 21 years ago. So I figured I would take you all through what I drew and what I was interested in, because yeah. As you can see, this thing has had it. I'm pretty sure when I first had it, it was a hardback. But as you open these things constantly, the cover just comes off and it's been through. And I'm all right with that. It shows that I loved it. I cared about it. Off the first page, you can tell I did some type of sketch of, I don't know, you can tell, but it's an arm, a short sleeve. It was probably a sketch. I attended a high school called Suitland High in Prince George's County, Maryland, and they have what you call a VPA or Visual Performing Arts program, where we took classes from 2:30 to 4:30. They range from theater to dance to music and fine art, and I was part of the fine arts. Here's a created character. I don't know what he was supposed to be. His name is Crater. He's a portly guy, made of fire. I'm pretty sure he's supposed to emulate a meteor. Oh, guess you can tell that is. There's Renzo again. Look familiar? His name is right there, actually. Marilyn Manson. I don't know why I was drawing him. So here's one of the figure studies. Our drawing class, we would have the students be the subject that we would use for figure drawing, and it would range anything from 15 minutes to 45 minutes. It's fine. We were clothed the entire time. It wasn't anything sketchy. But during those longer sessions that would range from an hour and a half to hour 45, we were advised to sit something in a fashion more comfortable. So lay or sit down so it wouldn't require too much movement and it wouldn't mess up the figure that we had to whatever student that was drawing them, right? And this one, it looks like my subject was my subject was laying. So it was probably one of the longer ones, even though it doesn't look like it was a long drawing. Can you guess who that is? I'll give you a hint. It is a rapper, or was a rapper. And in this particular drawing, I put the lyrics of his song to fashion his do-rag. And I won't recite the lyrics because it's not safe for kids. Oh, all right. Here is a drawing of a woman who may or may not have a shirt on underneath her jacket. Again, the jury's still out. For sake of the kids, I will say it was a form-fitting shirt. Here's some drawings from, I think, my friend from high school. His name was Demarion, who was also in the fine arts department, and he was really into the caricature drawings. As you can see, he did his version, and he has right here in the corner, Darius, not Darius. Do not draw a face on me, or on here, I think it says. All right, so this was myself as a superhero. My name, when I constructed myself back in high school, was Prism, and I believe my powers were that I could teleport, I can jump through portals, and I could summon these weapons that were made of crystal from the portals that I made. And he didn't stick to walls. He created these tiny portals that would draw him to that area. So it's like he wasn't sticking, he was just being sucked into his portals ever so slightly. And so it looked like he was sticking, when in actuality he was just pulling himself. It made sense when I did it at the time. It's crazy that I still remember it. Okay, here is a drawing of one of my really close friends from high school, Jabu Art. I will link his art at the bottom. He is phenomenal, man. He has a lot of paintings that he does, digital paintings that are incredible. I always knew that he would become a huge deal, and he has. It's only a matter of time before I'm able to put some of his work in here. But this was him as a figure, or posing for our figure drawing. And as you can see, I can tell from the amount of detail that we were given a fairly amount of time. I like, right? Shamika, I don't know who that is. Let me see if you all can guess who this is based off of this half drawing that I did. I'll give you a hint. He was a rapper, and he was unpredictable. A lot of my drawings that were rap related, I got reference from a Source magazine or XXL at the time. I believe there was one more type of hip hop based magazine. But I'm pretty sure this is where this microphone wrapped with a bandana came from. And this figure drawing, or this drawing of, I'm pretty sure it's Silk the Shocker. Yeah. Y'all let me know who you think this is. Give you a hint. He's the greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Oh, look at this work of art. I think I can guess who this was, but I could be wrong, so I'm not going to make that guess. All right. So, of course, I'm a diehard wrestling fan, and I drew a wrestling move here, and I want to know if y'all can guess what it was that I was drawing. I'll give you a hint. It is from someone who no longer wrestles. So here's another figure drawing we did. It was probably about 15 minutes. It was with black and brown marker. It's pretty quick. Another figure drawing, purple and black. Pretty quick. Here is some of the comic strips that I did when I was in high school, and I think I was trying to get them in our school paper, maybe not. It's called School Days. And it was two best friends. One was more fashionably inept. The other one was more of a geek, and they just had back and forths. I think I might post some of these on my Instagram. This one says, check this out. If a grizzly were to run into you playing dead wouldn't work because they can smell fear on you. And his friend says, if I woke up in the middle of the night and saw a bear over top of me, fear wouldn't be the only thing it'll smell. I probably thought that was hilarious in high school. Ooh, here is a self-portrait I did, and I can tell from the angle of this shot that it was probably placed right beside my sketchbook as I was drawing it, because it's right up my nose and it's very flattering, right? I have a really dope idea. It looks like I was doing a multimedia piece that I never got around to doing. So there's that. All right, so check this out. I told you that I was real when it came to being a wrestling fan. I actually drew some of my friends as wrestlers because they were also into wrestling. And this one in particular, his name was Thor. He went to school with me. And I believe that he was even aspiring to be a wrestler. He was training and all that. And so I made him his profile, and his move was called the Hammer Jammer. Now, hear me out. The move was like a backdrop formation. You lifted him up and then you dropped him face first, like the glam slam. So you start like you would do in a backdrop, and you would drop them face first, split leg, of course, Thor, hammer, the Hammer Jammer. Actually, as you can see here, I started doing his ring attire design. I was real. Alex Starr. This was not based on someone I knew, but just completely out of my imagination. And his moves were the action figure, where he did a reverse figure 4, and then he had a move called the Falling Star, which was a flipping neckbreaker, which is, I guess, the blockbuster, right? He might have twisted with it or something. I can't remember. Again, this was 21 years ago. And so, all right, so my friend Thor had a best friend named Mike, and they were both wrestling fans. So I made them ring attire, and they were called the Rod Bodies. Yep, they were. And this was the ring attire that I made for them in high school. Their underwear. Oh, looky there. The Perfect Mr. Harmon. Based off my good friend James Harmon, where he dressed formal in the ring, sans arm sleeves, so he pretty much dressed like rights to center. And his move was the Harmon recliner, which was pretty much a Steiner recliner where he wrenched their arm into that whole formation, whatever. And the perfect move, which is the suplex to spinning neck breaker. I believe the natural Dustin Rhodes does it now in AEW. I know he has a name for it, but I can't remember what it was. Remind me. I don't know. Can you tell me what that was? Here is a costume or ring attire design of my cousin Kevin. His ring name was KVX, as you can see on his chest. A one piece, similar to like the Amazing Red. I don't know if you guys remember him. Somebody with a double underhook pile driver called the Repercussion. So there's a pretty strong chance his name was Reaper, maybe. Oof. Yep. It might be confirmation of who this was. My best friend from high school, Shamira. Pretty sure this is not her. number anymore, but still I want to hide it because it could be anybody's, right? Oh, look at there. My stepmom graced my sketchbook with the ever so famous turkey hand drawing. For some weird reason, I just, I would get midway through my sketchbooks and then it goes blank. But on the other side, it would flip and there's more work. I don't know. It was weird. Boy, I tell you this, my man's cornrows. I prided myself on drawing cornrows. Hate them now, but loved them when I was in high school. Let me see if y'all can guess who this is. This might be a tough one. I'll give you a hint. This rapper is now an actor. And I don't think he raps anymore. Here's another marker drawing I did, and if you can tell, the person's feet are closest to me, propped on a stool. Another marker one, pretty quick. I don't know why I drew so much of markers. I barely do it now. Some more figure drawings, this time with ink and marker. The person sitting, so they probably was like 15 to 25 minutes. Bruh, so in high school, everyone at some point wanted to be a fashion designer, fashion illustrator, which just meant we would start printing stuff on shirts or bleaching our jeans and tearing holes in them. Fashion. But I was really out here getting measurements of my jeans. As you can see, double XL. I wear medium now. So I know I wasn't wearing nobody's double XL in high school, and I wasn't big. I was half the size I am now. Here is a wrestling move from one of my friends from high school. His name was Sean, I won't say his last name, but I gave him Sean Common. And his move was called the Commonizer. I think I later changed it to the Common Courtesy. And it was pretty much an F5 where it was a rack to a spinning DDT, except for he actually hooked more of his head into a DDT. Don't think I've seen it before. Might not be possible. So yeah, I think that's it. Was it too much? It was about 50 or 60% full. It really feels good to see where I came from and how much I have changed. I think I was really good in high school, but I really strongly advise all the up and coming or current artists to keep all of the work that they do, even if it was from when they were 5. It's something that you can show your kids. Something that you can see how well you have progressed, and it just really feels good that I've committed for well over 20 years. I believe at some point I do want to draw something from this. If you have a suggestion of all the things that I drew in here, whether it's one of the wrestlers I made or myself as a superhero, let me know below. I will definitely do it in the next or another coming video. If you enjoyed this, please let me know by liking it. If you did not, please tell me why. I am always open to constructive criticism or just criticism in general. And if you want to continue this ride with me, please subscribe. It's free, it helps me a ton, and you can just be notified. You'll be the first to know when I drop more videos. After doing this, I realized that I do want to go through the rest of my portfolios and my sketchbooks. I have tons of pages from my sequential arts class in college that were really good, and it kind of sparked me or charged me to get back into drawing comic book pages traditionally. So I will be doing that in another video soon. So again, subscribe so you'll be the first to know when it comes up. Follow me on Instagram. And yeah, I really appreciate you guys sticking through with me, and you guys have a good one. Peace.